Did you know that stories have the power to make us feel physical pain? Research shows that reading a sad or intense scene can actually trigger the same brain activity as if we were experiencing the emotion ourselves. In fact, 63% of people report feeling emotional distress after reading a heartbreaking story. It's wild, right? Now, think about how a great storyteller can make you laugh so hard you can't breathe, or scream so loud you wake up the whole house. But how do they do it? It's not magic, it's technique. Every author has a secret toolkit that lets them pull readers in and make them feel things so deeply that they can't forget the story. In this video, you'll learn 6 powerful techniques that can turn you into a master storyteller. You'll discover how to make your readers feel what your characters feel, how to make them laugh in the darkest moments, and how to build suspense so tight that your readers will be on the edge of their seats. This isn't about simple tricks, it's about unlocking the true power of storytelling. Stick around, because these are the techniques that will make your readers cry, laugh, and scream, and they'll never see it coming. Ready to learn the art of emotional storytelling? Let's dive in. Chapter 1: The Heartbeat of Emotion. Creating the perfect story pulse. When it comes to storytelling, pacing is everything. It's the rhythm that keeps your readers hooked, whether you're making them hold their breath or letting them catch their breath. The key is to create a heartbeat in your story, a balance between slow and fast moments. Think of a heartbeat. It has a regular beat, but the tempo can change depending on what's happening. Slow moments build emotional depth, while fast moments spike tension and excitement. One powerful technique is manipulating suspense. Slow scenes give you the chance to explore characters and their emotions. These moments should feel intimate, drawing readers into the world you've created. Fast-paced scenes, on the other hand, should feel like a rush. Think of action sequences or moments of danger. These should come at unexpected times to surprise and thrill your audience. Take a page from Stephen King, who often uses slower, reflective moments to build tension before delivering those iconic jolts. His stories are full of quiet, seemingly uneventful passages that suddenly explode into chaos. In fact, research shows that the brain loves anticipation. According to a study from the University of California, suspense stimulates the brain in ways that keep readers engaged. It's the waiting that creates excitement. So, let your story breathe before pushing readers into high-octane moments. Let them yearn for what comes next. Pacing isn't just about speed, it's also about emotional highs and lows. Create emotional peaks that hit readers at just the right moment, making the next scene feel like a release. Tip: build the tension before your climax, then make the payoff sweet. Slow moments can act as emotional reservoirs, filling up your readers with the feelings you want to explode on the page. Chapter 2: Laugh Until You Cry. The power of unexpected comedy. Humor in storytelling is often misunderstood. It's not just about telling jokes, it's about timing, absurdity, and surprise. Comedy works best when it feels organic, when it surprises readers with a twist they didn't see coming. Picture this: a character finds themselves in a life-threatening situation, but they react in a completely ridiculous way. The humor comes from the contrast between the severity of the situation and the character's reaction. Take Terry Pratchett, for example. His Discworld series blends fantasy and humor seamlessly. The jokes are never forced. Instead, they grow naturally from the absurd world he's built. In his books, even serious moments often carry a layer of dry humor, making readers laugh through their tears. And here's something interesting: laughter can deepen emotional connections. According to a study by the University of Oxford, humor in storytelling releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. So, not only do your readers laugh, but they also bond with your characters on a deeper level. Comedy doesn't have to be light-hearted, either. Dark humor can elevate the tension, especially in stories with serious themes. J.K. Rowling uses this technique well in Harry Potter. Her ability to weave humor into the dark moments makes the characters more relatable, even when the stakes are high. Tip: don't shy away from awkward, uncomfortable moments. These situations are often the best breeding grounds for unexpected comedy. Chapter 3: Tugging the Heartstrings. The art of subtle grief. Sometimes, the most powerful grief isn't the loud, dramatic kind, it's the quiet, lingering sorrow that builds over time. This kind of grief doesn't need a huge event. it's the little losses that pile up. Think of a character who's slowly losing someone, piece by piece, but the audience only realizes the depth of the loss when it's almost too late. In The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, the grief is threaded through the entire story. It's not just the obvious loss of life, but also the fear of losing someone you love. Green doesn't overwhelm the reader with tears. Instead, he lets them feel the weight of the emotions in small, meaningful moments. According to a study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, people process grief more deeply when they've had time to anticipate it. So, when writing grief, give your readers a sense of inevitability. Let them see the loss coming, but allow them to feel unprepared for it. A subtle way to evoke grief is through small moments of connection. A shared glance, a forgotten memory, or a quiet ritual can carry the emotional weight. These small pieces build the foundation for a deep, personal loss. Tip: create a slow burn. The grief should not be a one-time event, but rather something that seeps into the fabric of your character's life, making every loss feel significant. Quick reminder: if you're enjoying these techniques, don't forget to subscribe for more storytelling secrets. We've got a lot more coming up that will level up your writing. Chapter 4: Turn the screams into silence. Building thrills with minimalism. Fear doesn't always need to be loud. In fact, the most terrifying moments often come when the noise stops. Silence in a story builds an unsettling atmosphere. When a character is walking through a deserted house, and every creak of the floorboard seems to echo too loudly, it's the absence of sound that makes it terrifying. Think about H.P. Lovecraft, who built entire worlds on atmosphere and dread without ever needing a big, showy scare. In his stories, it's the feeling of isolation, the unknown, and the eerie silence that creates the fear. A study by Oxford University found that suspense and fear are triggered when there is a lack of sensory information. Your brain starts to fill in the gaps, and it often imagines something far worse than what's actually there. Use this to your advantage. Let the reader's imagination run wild. A great example of minimalist fear is Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House. Much of the horror in the story is derived from the unknown. The characters hear strange sounds, but no one knows where they're coming from. This lack of clarity makes the fear feel more real. Tip: silence isn't just the absence of sound, it's the absence of answers. The unknown is where the terror truly lies. Chapter 5: Twist your reality. Unpredictability that leaves them shaken. One of the most effective ways to make readers scream is through unexpected twists. A great twist doesn't just shock, it changes everything. It forces the reader to look back at the story and re-evaluate everything they thought they knew. Take Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. The twist in that story isn't just about the murderer, it's about how the reader's understanding of who is trustworthy completely collapses. Christie doesn't just surprise you, she unravels your assumptions. A study by the University of Southern California found that unpredictable plot twists activate the brain's reward centers, releasing dopamine. This rush of pleasure makes the twist feel satisfying, even as it disorients you. To make your twist work, you need to plant clues along the way, but they should be so subtle that readers don't realize they're clues. These hints should feel natural, like they belong in the story, but their true significance is only revealed later. Tip: foreshadow your twist without drawing attention to it. Let the twist feel like a natural revelation, not a forced surprise. Enjoying the tips so far? Hit subscribe for more in-depth strategies to elevate your storytelling. Trust me, you don't want to miss the rest of these game-changing secrets. Chapter 6: Cinematic Writing. Using visuals to amplify emotion. Writing with visuals in mind can take your storytelling to another level. Think of how movies use visuals to create emotional impact. You can achieve this effect in writing by painting vivid pictures that resonate emotionally with your readers. George R.R. Martin in A Song of Ice and Fire often uses descriptions to set a scene and evoke a mood. The descriptions aren't just about what's happening, they're about how it feels to be in that moment. Research has shown that the brain processes visual imagery much faster than other forms of information. In fact, neuroscientists at MIT have found that the brain processes visual stimuli in as little as 13 milliseconds. So, the more vivid and precise your descriptions, the more immediate the emotional reaction. When you describe a scene, don't just focus on what your character sees, think about what they feel, smell, and hear. Layer sensory details to create a complete picture. J.R.R. Tolkien does this beautifully in The Lord of the Rings. He doesn't just describe the landscapes, he lets you feel the weight of them. Tip: use sensory details to engage multiple senses at once. This creates an immersive experience that will pull readers into the emotional heart of the scene.